is enough, and it's time for a change.
Nothing compares to a quiet evening alone. Just the 1, 2. I was just counting on that never happened. I guess I'm dreaming again. Let's be more than this.
Hey, what's up everybody? Gilbert here, back with another video. So for the past few weeks, I actually been wanting to talk about something in particular. Now, I did talk about the NXT live special, but another thing that was on my mind actually was the podcast that Stone Cold did with Triple H. And in particular, because I really didn't think that podcast was all that good. I thought Triple H gave a couple of little glossy answers where he just dressed over a couple of issues. He gave like the proper answer. And in other aspects, he gave some answers that I thought was actually legit. But one portion of that interview that caught my interest was when he talked about Chyna. Now, when Stone Cold asked him if Chyna deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, of course he said that yes, she does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But he alluded to her past adult film history, which is kind of one of the reasons why she will never be in the Hall of Fame. And he gave a kind of bullshit answer. And honestly, let's be real here. Chyna will never be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Point blank, plain and simple, she will never be in the Hall of Fame because not only because of her past porn career, because of Stephanie McMahon. So, a few weeks ago, Vince Russo, he has his own website called Pyro and Ballyhoo, which I like to say a lot. Pyro and Ballyhoo. Nice name, right? So he did actually interview with Chyna, and it went over an hour and 40 minutes, and I just actually finished watching all of that. And I must say it was very painful to watch because Chyna, I mean, we all know what she's gone through the past few years, and wow, I mean, her life has hit so many lows, and to hear her talk about it, you can't help but feel sorry for her. Now, I will say this, you know, when she first started wrestling, I mean, she was a physical specimen to look at. I mean, she was never a good wrestler, so let's just start that right there. She was, in my opinion, she was not a good wrestler, and the men really helped her. The men that she fought in the ring helped her get over, helped her make her look good. And you know, I've heard so many mixed stories about her over the years. Former wrestlers, especially like Hardcore Holly, he came out with a book in 2013, which I just read recently. Amazing book, nice little plug there. Go and catch that book called The Hardcore Truth. So he talked about Chyna, and he gave some hindsight about her behavior backstage, and a lot of other wrestlers said the same thing about her, that you know, she was really nice at first, but then she let things go to her head and her ego got big when she was with Triple H, and she started treating people like shit. And you hear all these mixtures of things. But anyway, if you didn't see the interview with Vince Russo, I suggest you do so, because what I took from that interview was basically, here's a woman who, to me, she just seemed really needy. You know, she always was dependent on people, and in this case, she depended on Hunter a lot. Hunter got her the job. Hunter and Sean, they both got her a job in WWE. And then when they had a relationship, Hunter took good. I know it's so stupid for me to keep calling him Hunter. I mean, we all know his real name is Paul, but you know what I mean. So Hunter really took care of her, completely took care of everything for her, and she was so dependent on him. So, of course, when she found out that he and Stephanie was having an affair behind her back, she was completely devastated. I mean, do I think WWE ruined her life? Yes. I definitely think WWE ruined her life. And they have ruined so many other people's lives in the past. You know, when you get fired from the company, not many people can recover from that. But Chyna took such a downhill spiral of epic proportions that you would think, what the hell happened here? I mean, she literally lost her man, who she claimed was her fiance, and she lost her job. and to the boss's daughter. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I mean, she was like blacklisted, done, period, end of statement. She would not be able to ever step foot in the WWE, right? So she was talking to Vince about all the things that happened, and what from that interview, one thing that kind of bothered me was she didn't really take a lot of responsibility for her past actions. She's upset that Hunter, made a remark about how, oh, if my 8-year-old kid was to Google her, what would you find? I mean, she was really offended by that. But, I mean, you got to think, what do you expect, Chyna? The fact is, when someone does adult films, it comes with a stigma, especially when a female does it, because we all know the double standard, men and women. When men do something like adult films, oh, people think it's cool, it's whatever. When a female does it, they're the slut, they're the whore, whatever. It's always a double standard. So it's out there for everyone to see for the rest of their lives. I mean, it's out there on the internet. I mean, it's the truth. You Google Chyna porn and you're going to find a whole bunch of videos of her sucking dick, getting fucked in the ass, doing all this shit that people do behind closed doors, but she's doing it on camera. And that was her choice. And that's my thing. Yes, the WWE fucked her over. They ruined her life. They wouldn't let her keep the name Chyna. They wouldn't let her do a lot of things. But no one put a gun to her head and told her to do adult films. I understand if you need to make money, you need to make a living, but there's other things to do out there besides adult films. And I have no problems with people doing porn. It's great. I've known porn stars in the past. Some of them are great, some of them are assholes. But you know what? No one forces them to do that. That's their choice. And they know it comes with that stigma. It's very hard to be in the entertainment field, especially doing mainstream stuff, if you do porn, because producers, directors will always see that shit and they will hold that against you. So she has to understand that, and I don't think she fully does. She went through the path of, alcohol, drug abuse, all these kind of things. She had a crazy relationship with Sean Waltman that we all heard about. It was all well documented, the sex tape, whatever, bullshit, all that crap. So to me, Chyna always seemed like a person that just is mentally weak. Here's a woman who always trained hard, who worked so hard on her body. I think going into the gym and becoming as muscular as she can was a sense of control that she had. The only thing she could control in her life was her body. And now Chyna lives a life of, she's in Tokyo, Japan for the past 3 years. She's an English teacher, basically teaching kids how to speak English. So she completely took herself out of the United States of America, took herself out of all of the negativity that was going on in her life. And she's trying to turn her life around. She says she's a vegan. She says she's going to church. But deep down inside, she wants to be an entertainer. But I really do feel the WWE did mess her life up. But she had to have been strong enough to not go down that path that she went to. We all have our weak moments. We all have those moments when we do something bad, and everyone reacts to it differently. And if I feel bad for her. She lost her job. She lost her man that she was totally in love with to the boss's daughter. What the hell? How are you supposed to pick up your life? But there's consequences in life, and you have to know what's good and what's bad. And when you make a mistake, you recognize it and you move on. And that's what Chyna's doing now. And I wish her the best of luck. But there's no way in hell that Chyna will ever be in a WWE Hall of Fame. I just will never, ever see that. I don't think it's going to happen. And it sucks because, they don't want to have anything affiliated with her because of her porn past. But look at Hulk Hogan. He came out with a sex tape. Now, he claimed it wasn't him that came out with that sex tape, but it was him having sex on the tape regardless. And then we have Sean Waltman affiliated with WWE again, and we saw his sex tape with Chyna himself. So there's a double standard there, and it's stupid, but it is what it is because it's so much personal history between Chyna and Hunter and Stephanie, and it's just a lot of drama there that's never going to leave. Hunter can claim that he has no ill feelings, no bad feelings on his end. I don't buy it completely. And, Chyna, she's still hurt about it. I definitely think Stephanie hates her guts, though, without a doubt. So it sucks. But I really wanted to talk about that because it really bothered me to hear that and then seeing her interview. And, you know, I'm just so 50-50 on this issue because she did make a lot of mistakes, but we're not, you know, no one's perfect. I do feel like she does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but they completely blacklisted her. Even when on the WWE Network, they have a show called Countdown, and it had like the top 10 most dangerous divas. She wasn't even mentioned. She wasn't even number one. And this woman is the first female Intercontinental Champion, the first female to be in the Royal Rumble, the first female to participate in a Survivor Series match, the first female to wrestle men full time on WWE TV. She made a huge impact, and she deserves some kind of recognition. Not even on the network they can talk about her. I mean, it's stupid. But it is what it is. WWE is all about their image. We all know about that. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. And we'll talk more about that later. Peace.